What is going on in the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. NBA playoffs started today. The Los Angeles Lakers, they got into action and they were at home taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. As you know, this was a 3-6 matchup. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a blowout. It was a comprehensive win by the Minnesota Timberwolves, 117-95, as they held the Lakers to their lowest point total in any game that Luka and LeBron has played this year. And I'm sure for Laker fans, this is a very, very upsetting and worrying trend. But for Minnesota fans, I'm sure they're elated and over the moon as they go into the Lakers and they steal game one, with game two coming up here on Monday. But as far as this game was concerned, the Lakers started out really hot. Luka was really hot in the first quarter. He had 16 points. And it seemed as if the Lakers were in cruise control at one point. They were leading by as much as like 10. And then all of a sudden, the three-point shooting of the Minnesota Timberwolves just kicked in, and it was good night, Irene. That's all she wrote, as they ended up shooting 21 of 41 from three-point range. 21 of 42, which is exactly 50%. And the Lakers, they didn't shoot bad from three-point range. They had a decent shooting percentage. They shot 15 of 41 from a three-point range, which is like 36%. But they could not keep pace with the hot-paced Minnesota Timberwolves. And how this all unfolded is that the Lakers, they are having some real serious issues with rim protection and also getting broken down on the perimeter, because every time LeBron or Luka got broken down on the perimeter and the defense had to collapse, they were giving up wide open threes for the Minnesota Timberwolves, as like 5 different guys on the Timberwolves made multiple threes. Ant-Man made multiple threes, Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniel. He was 11 of 13 for the game, 25 points. He only missed 2 shots of his 13 shots, so the efficiency was off the charts. And serious work here ahead for JJ Redick as they move into game 2. What are the adjustments he's gonna make? Defensively especially. That seems to be their biggest issue. How are they gonna cope with their lack of rim protection and trying to incorporate bigger guys like Vanderbilt and stuff in the lineup? Because when they did go small, they were getting killed. They literally were getting killed inside. And the next problem they have is that Minnesota has great rim protection. So whenever they drove on offense and tried to get to the rim, they were met with fierce resistance. A lot of block shots for Minnesota, a lot of intimidated shots, a lot of chain shots, stuff like that. So, and also a lot of turnovers. LeBron and Luka, a lot of careless turnovers. LeBron had some careless turnovers. LeBron didn't play well at all because he took a very long time to get into the game. And by the time he got into the game, they were already down huge numbers. So he will have to get off to a better start in game 2. I think the game plan for the Lakers is to get everybody else involved early, because if you notice tonight, Luka had 16 points in the first quarter, but everybody else was not getting involved. And then by the time he tried to get them involved, they were cold and weren't getting it done. So JJ Redick, as I said, he will have to get into his bag and try to figure out some defensive rotations here for game 2, especially. I think offensively they'll get it going. They'll distribute the ball a little bit better, get everybody else involved, get shots up for everybody else. But defensively is where they really have some question marks. How they gonna protect the rim and not give up these wide open 3-pointers like they did today, because this is not a sustainable winning formula going forward in this series. So we'll see how it goes, what type of adjustments they make as far as game 2. But Minnesota, yeah, as far as they're concerned, I'm sure they're elated. They want to keep this going. Ant-Man was special tonight. He was in and out. He was going to the hole. He was hitting threes. He was just all over the place. He was exceptional tonight. Also, Jaden Daniels was exceptional. Naz Reid was exceptional. Julius Randle played a very good game. Rudy Gobert was an intimidating presence on the inside. So they had a complete. Mike Conley, the veteran, he hit some timely threes. So it was a complete team effort from Minnesota tonight. So I'm sure they want to keep this formula going, and the Lakers are going to do everything to railroad this formula. So we'll see how it goes here in game 2. But the playoff continues tomorrow with 4 games. The other set of 4 games. As you know, earlier we had all 3 home teams winning. The Knicks won, Indiana won, and also I'm forgetting the game to come to my mind here. They also the other home team, the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, they got by in overtime over the LA Clippers. But this is the first road win of the playoff here, so we'll see how the games go tomorrow with the other set of 4 matchups slated to get going tomorrow. So thank you for joining us on the channel, and we continue to cover the playoffs as we move forward here. But big news in the NBA tonight, as the Los Angeles Lakers, they get blown out at home in game 1, and they'll have to come back in game 2 against Minnesota, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining us. Please like, subscribe, share, and help us grow the channel. Peace.